Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight it's the ESR, the Eat Sleep Rise Red Eye League, the super late models, and we come to North Carolina live for the dirt track at Charlotte. Brett Wheeler in the broadcast booth, and down in the turning the dials on the cameras as well as we get set for round number 5 of 7 as we head into the final 3 weeks of the season here for the ESR Red Eye League. And coming off the last week at Eldora, Dylan Wilson, pretty sure it was Dylan, in fact, Dylan Wilson picked up the win, had a great battle. The last sort of 3 weeks have been nothing short of spectacular racing here, and these guys are certainly going to look to put on another show here tonight. We've got 16 drivers that have turned lap times in this little practice session. I'll take this opportunity to quickly step aside, do a bit of promoting on the race, and we're going to be back in about 30 seconds time. Alright, as we near the end of this practice session and get set for qualifying, 17 cars, 18 cars into the service, 17 cars have taken a lap here in the dirt track at Charlotte from North Carolina. You're watching the ESR Red Eye Super Late Model League. Of course, a big thanks to Ken Skins, 3D Racing, and Capron's Screen Printing as well. Make sure you check them out on their social media page. Of course, check out ESR Red Eye League as well. Give them a like, give them a follow, all the good stuff. And of course, don't forget to check out our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. Click on our sponsors tab. You can also check our previous race videos that we have done. And yes, guys, like, shares, comments in the chat. We love it here. And of course, if you haven't done so already, hit the follow button on our Facebook page. Hit the like on the video. And just like Mitch Simmons, you can have your name on the bottom of the stream. Of course, our wonderful sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV: Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. As we get set for qualifying right now, and we'll see how these drivers fares from top to bottom on the left first through to 17, 18 drivers. In fact, you'll see the fastest qualifier be up the top. Of course, wait for the times to come through. If you look down on the bottom left of your screen, you'll see that the driver that we're currently following on the racetrack, and on that, in that car, in the 09 machine, in the Bad Motorsports entry, it's going to be David Lamb. David Lamb in the car number 09. See what kind of lap times these boys can do. Second quick now with James Parisi. Third quick, Blake Garrett jumps to position 2. And here is the man that is $3,000 richer after winning the 12th annual Schaefer's Oil Spring Fling presented by TeamVLR.com. He now works his way through turn number 3 and 4. He would be happy as a pig in mud. $3,000 to Dylan Fox. He sits second quick. Ryan Diarty. He's gone quick time with a 15.613. There's Daniel Powell in car number 32 on the racetrack. Ryan Diati, at the moment, sits atop of the leaderboard. So what kind of lap time Mr. Daniel Powell can do? Position 10. Of course, he would love to have a better lap time than Evan C., a winner from Limaland Motorsports Park a couple of weeks ago. Jeremy Capron in the Capron screen printing car number 23. Bailey Mason, Chad Boland, thank you very much, boys, for the likes on the video. We do appreciate it here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Lap number 1 for Jeremy Capron, 7th quick with a 15.804. Mr. Consistency, Kevin Dedman in car number 22. Just 2/1000ths of a second with a 15.615. Can Capron go better? No, he stays in 7th, make that 8th quick, excuse me. Kevin Dedman going to come back out onto the racetrack for one more lap. Robert Fletcher in car number 77, 12th quick. And here is the hot shoe man himself. He's been on an absolute tear. He's picked up a couple of wins in the opening 5 weeks of the series. In car number 80, it is Dylan Wilson, and he has gone quick time with a 15.594. On the speedway in the 097 in the TeamVLR.com, it's Rocky Battenfield, 13th quick. As we watch Cody Cantonwine coming out onto the racetrack right now. Trace Williams, thank you very much for the like. Tim Christensen, thank you very much as well. Boys, thank you very much for the support. Cody Cantonwine in car number 5. Green flag for his qualifying session. 15 drivers have laid down a lap time. This will be the 16th driver. We've got a minute 30 left in this qualifying session. Round number 5 of the ESR Red Eye Super Late Model League, and Cody Cantonwine is 16th quick with a 16.263. A 16.263. Can Mr. Cantonwine better his lap time? Cantonwine with a 16.583 on the previous lap. Getting 3 laps in here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And third lap is a 16.325. So his first lap with the 16.263 is quickest out of the 3. Jim Emery, thank you very much for the like. Appreciate it. Welcome into the Ultimate Dirt TV stream, brother. Boyd, if you can send the link to me on Facebook, whether it's to the Ultimate Dirt TV page or just my personal page, send me the link. I'd love to run in it, brother. Buddy Boyd, thank you very much for the like on the video. Again, Dylan Wilson, quick time with a 15.594. Live from the dirt track at Charlotte as we get set for qualifying. It's done. We'll have 2 heat races on the program, and then we'll move straight into a warm-up session. And then, of course, we're going to roll into the main event. So, just confirming the 2 heat races is correct. Of course, no time like the present as we take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Starting on pole, heat race number 1, and then with the inversion of being 8, we'll see the fastest qualifier and second fastest qualifier come from position number 4. Starting on pole in car number 16, it's going to be Grant Riles. On his outside in the car number 257, Blake Garrett lines up at a position number 2. Mr. Consistency, he's been the bridesmaid so many times this season in the main event. In car number 22, Kevin Dedman will start position number 3. At a position number 4, going quick time tonight in car number 80, it's going to be Dylan Wilson. Inside round number 3, the 23 car of Jeremy Capron lines up at a position number 5 with James Parisi in the 007, starting position number 6. Rocky Battenfield in the 097 will start position 7 and lining up at a position number 8 in car number 92, Lachlan Horton. Tim I believe anyone can run this series. Just hit up the ESR Red Eye League in the description. Click on the link. That'll take you directly to their Facebook page. Send them a message. Let them know that you want to run. Or you can message David Lamb. He'll be able to get you sorted. Heat 1 of 2 on the program. Drivers make their way through turn number 3 and 4. 10 laps is the distance for tonight's heat races. Thank you, Boyd. As Grant Ross gets a big push through the centre of turn number 1 and 2. As he will lead down the back straightaway for the first time. Kevin Denman in the 22 car. In the Dirty Grass Souls entry, in the orange, white and black entry, sits in position number 2. We watch Blake Garrett trying to hold off the 23 car of Jeremy Capron. Garrett going to slide up to the top of the racetrack, take the line away from Wilson. Wilson turns it underneath him down into turn number 3 and 4. Wilson to the low side, nearly a 3-wide battle on for the race lead. The top 5, top 6, they are very close together right now as they all spread out top, bottom and middle. Grooves being used through turn number 1 and 2. No worries, Tim. Into turn number 3 and 4. Kevin Denman up on the inside on Grant Riles. Riles trying to hang on to the race lead. Little contact there from Denman into the back of Riles. Here comes Capron on the inside. Wilson into the wall. Garrett slides up in front of him side by side for 2nd and 4th. Capron will take position number 2. Here comes Denman back up on the inside. These drivers fresh off the spring fling, so they've certainly got their mojo about them. But Grant Riles, and here comes the 80 car of Dylan Wilson on the outside. Through the middle of turn 3. He stays 3/4 away up the racetrack on the exit of turn number 4. Denman takes the line away coming out of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Capron's going to move down to the inside, look for the race lead down the back straight away. Halfway home, make this 6 complete with 4 to run, so past halfway here in the opening heat race of the night. We've still got 2 by 2 at the moment. Jeremy Capron up on the inside on the 16 car in the D1RT, Grant Riles. Riles continuing to work the middle of the racetrack, and here comes Dylan Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. He is flying right now. Working the outside, 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2, and they go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Riles backs out of the throttle. Now move Denman up on the inside on Riles, but we watch the battle on for the race lead, and Dylan Wilson will lead that lap. Holy moly, Dylan Wilson to the front and works the outside of the racetrack. Capron going to move back to position number 2, 3rd. Denman up on the inside on Riles. The white flag flies this time by. Riles into the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Garrett has to check up, but into 3 and 4 for the final time of heat race number 1. He started position 4. He is taken. He has just absolutely run away with that one. Capron going to grab 2nd, Denman 3rd, Riles, Garrett, Parisi, Battenfield and Lachlan Horton make up heat race number 1. Mr. Hulliman, you are more than welcome in the booth, brother. I will get you an invite to the Discord here in just a second. I'll find you on Discord. There you are. Why can I not invite people? Anyhow. Just quickly, we'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Check your Discord, Harleman. Oh, wrong button. Evan C in car number 33, going to start on pole for heat race number 2. Our buddies outside, going to be the 14 car of Shad Prescott. Inside row 2, the 999, the $3,000 man that is richer right now in car number 999. It's going to be Dylan Fox out of position 3, and he's outside the 57 of Ryan Diati. Inside row number 3, the 09 of David Lamb starts up alongside the 32 of Daniel Powell out of position number 6. Position 7 going to be the 77 of Robert Fletcher and Cody Cantonwine out of position at number 8. David, check your Discord. Let me know when you're in. Post truck going to pull to the infield this time by. Taylor cheering on Grant Riles. Here we go, heat number 2. Down the back straight away into 3 and 4. This is like the calm before the storm. Evan C, Shad Prescott, Dylan Fox, Ryan Diati. 10 laps on the board, heat number 2 with the inversion again. Keep an eye on Diati. He was second quick in qualifying. We'll see how he can translate that into some heat racing action. David Lamb going to move up on the inside of the 57 car, Ryan Diati. The man we were just talking about. He's going to go back to position number 5. And, well, the man that's just hot off a win in the spring, flinging the 999 car, Dylan Fox up on the inside now, and Shad Prescott into turn number 1 and 2. Prescott and Fox side by side into corners number 3. Evan C going to continue to work 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. C going to continue to lead. Lap number 2 is in the book. Shad Prescott kind of looked a little tight through the centre of 1 and 2 there, but he managed to stay on the cushion on the top side, and well, they're kind of following a Dylan Wilson line from what we've just seen in the opening heat race. Evan C leads from Prescott. Fox now going to go up top. Fox gets off the gas just a little bit, otherwise he would have ran into the back of his teammate, the 14, Prescott. Prescott down low, Fox down low as well. Again, Prescott tight. There were 3 wide for a brief moment through turn number 3 and 4. But Evan C going to continue to lead on the top side. Maybe a slider from Fox. Fox just trying to get a good run up on the inside on Prescott. And still the teammates are still duking it out through turn number 3 and 4. Halfway home this time by. And your race leader is going to be Evan C in that number 33. Picked up his first feature win in the ESR Red-Eye League a couple of weeks ago at the Limaland Motorsports Park. And, well, if you haven't watched it, I suggest you go back and watch it. 60 green flag laps, green to check how that race went. And, well, those drivers went 6 wide. Yeah, you heard that right, ladies. It was 6 wide in Super Late Models at Limaland. C continuing to hold off the likes of Shad Prescott and Dylan Fox. He is doing a phenomenal job, Evan C. In fact, we go on board with him looking out the back of the number 33 car. Well, no point in telling you who we're watching right now because it says it on the rear spoiler. 2 laps to go this time by for your leader in car number 33. Look at him work that wheel. And look at how close Prescott can get to the back of this number 33 car. We go on board with Shad Prescott now for the final lap. Through turn number 1 and 2, Evan C. Prescott. Is he going to get the chance to move down low into turn number 3 and 4? He does, but Evan C. leads from wire to wire. He gets the job done. Shad Prescott home in second, Dylan Fox third. Fourth is going to go to Ryan Diati, David Lamb, Daniel Powell, Robert Fletcher, and Cody Canton. One, your 8 drivers in heat race number 2. A 3-minute warm-up session. And with that being said, we're going to bring in Mr. David Harleman. Welcome into the booth, brother.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oh, that wasn't an Aussie, but well, you know what? We'll take it anyway.
Yeah, man. Been watching the last couple weeks of this league. I was just saw it come on. I was like, oh, I'll try to register real quick, but they can hang out. But well, so I was like, oh, well, the next best thing, hop in their booth with
Well, we're glad to have you up in the Ultimate Dirt TV booth for this ESR Red Eye Super Late Model League, and I've seen you were running in the last chance qualifier for the Spring Fling today. I didn't get to watch too much of it. I was actually having a bit of a sleep, mate. So tell us how you went and how your night went.
Well, we finished second, one position out, unfortunately.
Oof.
But yeah, all right. But me, Chase Cabray, and Bailey Cardwell, we actually put on a pretty good show. I recommend the viewers go out and maybe watch that.
All right. Well, I did read that Mr. Dylan Fox picked up the $3,000 to win. talk about what it's like to race in one of those big events. Obviously, missing out by one spot to making into that $3,000 win show. But talk about what kind of preparation you go through leading up to a 2-night show and trying to make that final 24-car field.
Yeah, I got in late to registration, but I put in about 2 or 3 days of good work. And thankfully, some of the guys at TTL were helping me out. And yeah, first night we did really good in our heat race, and we're starting 6th. But then we tried to play it safe, kind of too safe, because then we ended up just 1 spot out in 13th. And I knew tonight it was my last chance, and I was really ready to do whatever it took to get in there. And it just didn't pan out, just the way racing goes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and not so much you lose, but you just miss out. But as you said, it's the way racing goes. Now, have you seen much of this ESI or ESR Red Eye League over the past sort of 4 weeks?
Yeah, man. Like you said, last week at Lima Land, I think it was Deadman and Evan C. were racing for the league in lap traffic, I think, or something. It was about 5-6 wide, and things got pretty crazy. Track, I'm watching warm up right now. Track looks it doesn't look too slick. I don't think it's going to be up on the cushion too much, not even in 1 and 2. So should be interesting. Looks like we got a lot of big names. D1RT guys, you got your Spring Fling Winger 2019. Not sure, man. I don't know if this pays at all or how much you need to win, Dylan Fox. But I know I'd be out there partying right now if I was him.
Yeah, well, he picked up $3,000 just a few hours ago, and well, comes out here and doesn't get to pay. It doesn't pay anything to win out here, but man, I'll tell you what, it's a couple of weeks ago at Lima Land, 60 green flag laps, 18 super late models, not 1 yellow in the 60 laps, and yeah, those drivers were 6 wide in lap traffic. It was absolutely crazy. Let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 14, Shad Prescott. On his outside in car number 23, it's Jeremy Capron. Inside, row number 2, the 33 of Evan C. will line up alongside tonight's fastest qualifier in car number 80. It's going to be Dylan Wilson. Position 5.
He's taking an EOL right now. So he's actually going to be able to come from the back.
Yeah.
Is that something? I'm sorry, I don't know if that's something that happens.
Yeah, that's what they call a Hustler Challenger Award. If he comes from the back, he will earn himself some extra money. In fact, it's I believe an extra $10 to take that challenge. It's kind of like what you and Berkeley did last night. So
yeah, right. Okay, yep, cool, awesome.
All right, starting position 5, going to be the 22 of Kevin Dedman. Dylan Fox in the 999 will start position 6. Grant Riles in the 16 starts position 7. Ryan Diarty in the 57 will start position 8. Position 9 going to be the 257 of Blake Garrett. Out of position 10, the 09 of David Lamb, James Parisi and Daniel Powell line up in row number 6. Row number 7 going to be Rocky Battenfield and Robert Fletcher. Then we go back to Lachlan Horton and Cody Cantonwine, making up this 16-car field. David, I'll ask you quickly before we get set to go green next time by in this field. Who do you pick to win this one?
When you get a guy like Fox in the field who just won the biggest race of the year, you can't go against him. But I'll just Prescott, Jeremy Capron. This I'm gonna say is his best track in the late model. So starting outside pole, I'm gonna take Jeremy Capron, see what he can do from there. The gangster, as I like to call him.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna, as you said, Dylan Fox. He's gonna start position 4. He just won 3,000 to win. I'm gonna go with Dylan Wilson. I reckon he's certainly got the capabilities to pick up the win from the back. Here we go. Shad Prescott going to lead Jeremy Capron down into 1 and 2 for the first time of this 50-lap main event. Here comes Fox up on the outside. Evan C. slammed the door shut. Oh, going down the back straightaway. C going to move into position 2 up on the inside of Jeremy Capron. They go 2 by 2 by 2 for a fair way back right now. Hindeth 1 and 2 for the second time, and they're 3 wide with Dedman and Fox and also Jeremy Capron.
Yeah, close call there for sure for Dylan Fox. He had to back out of it, but it looks like Evan C is going to take over that second spot, and Capron's going to fall back, and they're going to be 3 wide now. He's going to get squeezed up out of the fencing. Oh, no, he's going to lose 4, 5, 6 positions now. They rolled through 1 and 2. That's going to put Fox in that third position.
Yeah, Capron falling back to position at number 9, so he's lost 7 spots in the opening 3 laps complete, but thankfully, he's still got a fair bit of time on his hands. Grant Riles now moving down to the low side. Evans C and Dylan Fox, little contact there through the middle of 1 and 2. C slides into position number 2. Fox and look to turn it back underneath him on the exit of turn number 4. Good battle going on behind him between David Lamb, Grant Riles, and then of course you throw in the 57 of Ryan Diati. Blake Garrett sticking his nose in as well, but Kevin Denman will leave that 5-car field, or 5-car pack through turn number 3 and 4.
Yep, just behind that, Dylan Wilson. He's already making his way up to the 11th position from the rear, so that's your pick, as I clearly gave the commentator's curse to Jeremy Capron. But Fox is going to take over that second spot now, as Evan says he's going to hit the wall a little bit. So he's going to try to chase down his teammate, and Shad Prescott as the first caution is going to come out.
Yeah, it looks like it will be the number 5 car of Cody Canton one here. We'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. As we keep an eye on the yellow and blue with the pink number 5 on the side of that race car. A little contact there with Parisi and of course the 92 of Lachlan Horton. So fortunately the 5 car going around brings on the caution flag for the first time this evening. But what that is going to do, it's going to bunch the field back up, and of course they'll go into the Delaware double file restart. And with those Delaware double file restarts, have you had much to do with the Delaware double file restarts?
I've actually never ran a league that has done them, or as I can recall. But yeah, it's definitely an advantage for that leaguer. He can kind of go high to low and start whenever he wants. But it's kind of also an advantage for the third place car. But that James Parisi, is that James Parisi? Do you know if he's related at all to that Connor Parisi?
I'm not too sure. It is a question that I sort of think about every day, and I like. It's not a common name, you know. I don't see too many Parisis around, so yeah, you would think so, but you know, who knows? Hey, Kendo, you watch your mouth, all right? You don't talk bad about my co-commentator tonight.
What? Oh, do I have to bring up chat?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. He says
we'll keep chat away right now. We're doing the best we can right now with what we have.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with Mr. David Holman joining me up in the booth. Does a fantastic job. And our lights are out on the iRacing.com official pace truck that will move to the infield on the back straight away, and we'll go back to green this time by. We'll have 20% of the race completed. That's 10 laps in the books with 40 to go. Shad Prescott, in fact, they're not going to do the Delaware double file restart. They're going to line them up in rows of 2 by 2. So the D1RT guys going to start up on the front row. Prescott going to lead Dylan Fox, Evan C. Jeremy Capron is around at the back, and yeah, what the is all right. Jeremy Capron, let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Looks like he got a little help from his teammate there. Took a couple uppercuts from Rocky there.
Oh, now we're going to watch on Rocky's inside of his car. At the start, he kind of blinks out, and when you're behind someone that blinks out, you tend to get on the throttle just a little bit harder, but then you want to stay 100%. Off the throttle. It's just one of those things. I mean, we know Rocky's not a dirty driver, you know, by all means. It's just one of those things, I guess. It is going to be difficult, you know, when the guy blinks out in front of you. It's difficult to predict where they're going to be, whether they're going to be, you know, 3 or 4 car lengths in front of you, or whether, you know, you're going to be going through the back of their car. And as we just seen, Battenfield giving a little bit of a front bumper to his teammate Capron.
That was one thing I've learned. You know, I've took about, you know, maybe 4 or 5 months break since I really ran late models. You know that I've been spending 20 hours a day on sprint cars. You know better than anybody, but I came back and, with the damage update, it seems really, really important that you have to protect your spoiler. Like in a place like Charlotte, especially in turns 1 and 2, when you're running that top side, or on restarts, you have to really try to make sure that you're preserving that bumper and your spoiler, and you're not getting hit in the rear or getting damaged there, because it can really slow you down.
All right, pace truck is in. We're going back to green flag action. 14 complete at the resumption of this green flag. And here we go. Shad Prescott, Dylan Fox, Evan C, Kevin Dedman, your top 4 positions. Then we go back to Grant Riles, and I believe that's David Lehman, the 09 car it is. C, Dedman continue to run side by side. And, well, the Dirty Grass Souls, number 22 machine. He's been a bridesmaid so many times in this league over the first 4 weeks. We'll see if we can finally break that drought and finally come away with a win. But Prescott can lead out of turn number 2. Fox are close on that rear bump as he move into 3 and 4. They go side by side momentarily. Battle on for third again as Evan C up on the inside of Dedman. But Dedman getting the runner. Look at Blake Garrett working the bottom side on the inside of Grant Riles.
Yeah, you mentioned it's Dylan Fox all over Shad Prescott. Now he's going to try to dipstick at inside. Not quite going to carry the momentum like a 3 and 4. Kevin Dedman securing that 3rd position. We'll see what he can do now. He got a little bit of spoiler damage on that restart. Got squeezed up, but Prescott, your leader's hitting the wall. He's going to come off of it. That's going to allow Dylan Fox to get through his door, but Prescott's going to squeeze him down there to hold that lead for now.
Yeah, one thing to note that in the opening heat race, it was top 1 and 2, and it was somewhat of a slider line. Dylan Fox into the wall. Oh, Riles C. Fox is around, and so is Grant Riles. Oh, boy. Well, I guess you just don't care right now. You won 3,000. What's the point in trying to win this one?
Yeah, this looks like they all checked up. Dedman and then Grant Riles just kind of came in. Probably didn't even know what was happening on the outside of them, and ended up piling in there. But that's 2 D1 RT cars that's going to have to go to the back, and it's going to help their teammate, though, Dylan Wilson, move up a little bit. He's going to be up to the top 5, I believe. He might be restarting 4th in this.
Yeah, looking at the timing and scoring at the moment, going to be scored 4th for the time being. I'm trying to think who was that coming up on the inside. It looks like it was Evan C. looking to get some positions back, but not sure whether he's going to get shuffled back to the rear or not. But I don't think there should be any reason for him to go to the back. Wasn't involved a lot in that, but man, Prescott's been fast in the opening couple of weeks, in the opening 4 weeks. I should say, Mr. Consistency, Kevin Dedman. I think 3 times he's finished 2nd, maybe even 4. He's so close in getting that win. Talk about what it's like, to get a league win in any league, really. How hard it is, with the caliber of drivers that we see here on iRacing.
I thought you were going to ask me to talk about what it's like to finish 2nd a lot, because, yeah, I certainly know the feeling of finishing runner-up or in the top 3 of some guys, and it's just, you gotta run perfect races, and even if you run a perfect race, if you don't start up front, sometimes that will cost you a loan, but, it's certainly not fun, but we'll see what Dedman has. He's got his teammate and Blake Garrett right behind him, but it's 2 VLR cars versus 2 D1 cars right now, as green flag's gonna come out.
Yeah, going to be 22 in the books with 28 to go as Dedman works to the outside. Garrett up on the inside, good side by side. Garrett actually got a podium last week at Eldora. Dylan Wilson, little horrible push there on the exit of turn number 4, and that's not what you want. Ryan Diarti, who qualified 2nd quick here this evening. He's sitting back there. He's battling with Evan C. Evan C, a feature winner already this season, along with Dylan Wilson. So we'll see if maybe Shad Prescott can get his first win of the season as well. We've still got now. We've got a 3-car battle. Garrett on the inside, Wilson through the middle, and Kevin Dedman working the outside along with Evan C. They're nearly 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I called them teammates, but that was 2 laps in a row. Blake Garrett and Kevin Dedman absolutely doorbagged each other going into 3 and 4, but no harm, no foul. That just allowed Wilson to close up to him and Shad Prescott to shape at that league a little bit. Because Evan Say is also going to try to throw his hat in this picture. It's 3 wide. Dylan Wilson's going to try to throw that eagle this time. He's not backing off. Oh, not quite going to clear Kevin Dedman there, but it's still 3 wide going to turn 1 and 2.
Now shuts the door a little bit on Garrett into turn number 1. And they come out of turn number 2. Garrett going to lose 2 spots. He's going to get put back to position 4. Deadman trying to slam the door shut into 3 on Wilson, trying to pinch him down just a little bit. While this is happening, Chad Prescott, he leads by just under 1.2 seconds. Deadman rails the cushion in 1 and 2. Blake Garrett's gone up there as well. Wilson was stuck through the middle of the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2. They all drive right through the middle of turn number 3 and 4 as we come to near 20 laps to go. In fact, it's 22 to be exact. And Chad Prescott continues to lead from Kevin Deadman and Dylan Wilson.
Yeah, I think the one weakness might be if Dylan Wilson, if he can be able to rip the lip in turns 1 and 2. I know it's some he doesn't exactly. It's not exactly his strongest suit. He likes to go around on the bottom. He likes to kind of catfish around the bottom of the slick. That's what he's best at. But right now he seems to be doing all right, hanging on right behind Kevin Deadman. He gets a really good run at turn 4 going into 1 and 2.
One thing I noticed with these super late models, they can drive through the slick a whole lot better than what the sprint cars do. Why is that, David?
Man, you're asking the wrong person, because they cannot drive through the tacky as good as the sprint cars. I can tell you that. It's Dylan Wilson, big slagger, overcooks it a little bit, and that's going to damage his spoiler as Kevin Deadman's going to cross over easily, take about a 6-7 car length advantage over him for that second spot.
Yeah, that bus that just drove behind us in the booth, I just saw you under it right there. We're going to continue to watch the battle on for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Blake Garrett in 4th on the inside in the 257. Evan C in the 33 car. On the outside, he rounds out your top 5 behind them. David Lamb and Ryan Diati as they continue to go 2 by 2 for 4th through to position 7. So a nice little 4-car battle here as we continue to still watch Evan C. David Lamb, Ryan Diati work the outside of the speedway right up on the cushion in turn number 1 and 2. And I notice Blake Garrett, he runs a different line than what most people are running right now through turns 3 and 4, David.
Yeah, as he got in the wall a little bit, and he seems committed to that bottom line. That's where he's been the whole time. His spoiler's looking pretty good. As behind him, he's got David Lamb now. As I've had a couple pretty hard battles with him in a couple Knoxville practice sessions. As he's getting the inside now of NC, not quite able to pull alongside his door. Inside 1 and 2, he's going to slide up, and he's not quite going to get. Say he's going to get a good run. He might be able to get to the outside of Garrett, but still out front. By a pretty wide margin, you got Chad Prescott and then Kevin Deadman. Is Dylan Fox? Something must have happened to him because he's on pit road.
Yeah, it would have happened about 4 laps ago, so maybe pulling it in, maybe too much damage on the 999 machine, or maybe he's just too intoxicated after all the beers and champagnes after winning that $3,000 spring fling race. 13 laps to go, Chad Prescott.
Oh, it's David Lamb's also pulling the infield now. So I'm not sure what is happening.
Well, David Lamb going to pull to the infield, and that's going to dwindle the field down. We've still got 14 cars. In fact, 15 cars as David Lamb's going down a pit road. He's about to go a lap down here. So, yeah, we're still going to have 14 cars on the track and on the lead lap. I'm still surprised that, we're running a slide job live right now through 3 and 4 as we watch Deadman and Dylan Wilson. Chad Prescott, he is just pulling away from the field. He's over a 10th quicker on the previous couple of laps than the guys that run in 2nd and 3rd. I mean, that number 14 machine, he's certainly hooked up and ready to go for the final 10 laps.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like the only thing is going to be if Kevin Deadman's going to finish in the bridesmaid position. Again, as Dylan Wilson gets a little sideways that time, but he's starting to close that gap a little bit from what it was. He's going to have about 8 laps to do it this time by, as Prescott's going to still extend.
Yeah, Prescott's still considerably quicker. In fact, there was 4 1,000ths of a second between Prescott, Deadman, and Wilson. Wilson was a 16.227. Deadman a 16.229, and Prescott was a 16.231. That last lap, 16.111. Deadman and Wilson are still in the 16.2s. It just goes to show you right now, Prescott, this late in the run, he is still able to pull the gap and still pull faster lap times than the guys in 2nd and 3rd. And they're not so much racing each other, they're still pretty much got a clear track in front of them. The only thing that Dylan Wilson, might just be held up. I wouldn't say held up, but, following the 22 car, it might just somewhat deter away from the times. But, when you got the guy out in front that is, a 10th to 2 tenths quicker on some laps, I mean, there's almost no catching him right now.
Absolutely. You're just asking for your yellow to hopefully maybe get a chance for something to happen on a restart. But with 5 to go, doesn't look like they're going to get that as it feels pretty stretched out. You got Blake Garrett, Evan C., and Ryan Diet battling a little bit for that fourth position. But it's just all clean and green right now for Shad Prescott.
Yeah, just for Kendall Tucker, they are running the slider line through turn number 3 and 4. Just watch them enter onto the bottom and slider line all the way to the top. That was for you, Kendall, just because I wanted to PI55 you off just a little bit more, as we've got 4 laps to go and the point of no return, and we may just get no return. Blake Garrett and Ryan Diati, they come together in turn number 1 and 2. The yellow flag flies, and this will end under yellow. And Shad Prescott, in just a couple of laps' time, there's no point running the slider line now. He's just going to roll the bottom behind the pace truck, and he will get the checkered flag. So some good racing here, and a line that looked to be fairly even in the opening sort of 25 to 30 laps, David.
Yeah, it just looked like on that caution, Daniel Powell got a little tight in the corner, and then ended up coming up on James Parisi down the straightaway, and that was a caution just behind Jeremy Capron. But yeah, it looks like Shad Prescott's he's just gonna have to, or oh well, I don't know. Same time, but yeah, like you said, Blake Garrett also, because Evan Say was in the wall, and he didn't really have anywhere to go. He only lost 1 spot, I think, probably. But yeah, Shad Prescott's gonna come home with this checkered flag.
All right, they make their way through turn number 3, and out of turn number 4, they will get the white flag here for the final time in the ESR Red Eye Super Late Model League, live from the dirt track at Charlotte, round 5 of 7. 2 weeks to go. Next week, I believe we head back to Limaland Motorsports Park, and I cannot wait for that one. And then in 2 weeks' time, we finish up. Yeah, we head over to Knoxville to round out the 7-week series, and it's all by the first week when I wasn't able to do that. We had Joe from OSRN cover that one. Weeks 2, 3, 4, and even 5, we've seen some fantastic racing. We've seen some slider line moves, and we've just seen some good sliders and seen some great 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 wide racing. It's just been absolutely phenomenal. Let's take a look at your JR Productions and Media finishing results here from the dirt track at Charlotte. Getting the win in car number 14, Shad Prescott gets his first checkered flag of the season. Kevin Dedman, again, for a 3rd or 4th time this season, will get the runner-up spot. Dylan Wilson from position number 16 all the way up to position number 3. Evan C. comes home in 4th. And a great drive from Robert Fletcher, certainly under the radar, will come home with a top 5. Blake Garrett going to come home 6th. Jeremy Capron recovers from a spin, and from position 14 or 15 back up to position 17. Rocky Battenfield home in 8th. 9th is going to be James Parisi and Cody Cantermine. We'll round out your top 10. We take a look over the page. Lachlan Horton home in 11th. Ryan Diati in 12th. Daniel Powell 13th. 14th is going to be Grant Riles. David Lamb 15th. Dylan Fox will round out the 16-car field. Well, he goes from first to last in a matter of a couple of hours in the super late models. We'll go down trackside in just a moment and hopefully chat with a few of our drivers. In fact, I know we're going to have our 2nd place driver here. Let's just grab him in here in a moment. Let's do it now. Another bridesmaid spot for this man. I believe this makes it about 3 or 4 on the trot. Kevin Dedman, again, we speak to you on the podium, but it's not the step that you want to be in. You find yourself with another 2nd place finish.
Yeah, man. I think they were telling me earlier we've ran 6 in the series so far, and I've been 2nd 5 times. So I'd love to get a win, man, but I guess being consistent pays off for the points.
Talk about what this track was like. Obviously, we've seen it very slick, top to bottom. You guys were able to move around early on in the race. I mean, yeah, just explain to us what it was like to be out there and trying to get through this field.
Yeah, man, it was a good track. I liked Charlotte a lot. It was pretty racy, there at the beginning, the bottom, you could get by people on the bottom, but the D1RT guys just had it going around the top. So, to stay with them, you needed to move up high in 1 and 2, and you kind of run that slider line in 3 and 4. Felt fast. I think, when Fox got into the wall, I ran into him, and we kind of door slammed, and that kind of killed my car. I think me and Evan C would have maybe had a little something more for Shad had we not hit, but LS Racing.
Well, those last, sort of say, 20 laps, you had Dylan Wilson, who'd come from the back. Did you think that you're able to hold him off, knowing that he'd come from the back so quickly, late in the race? Do you think that what could you have done differently to get by Prescott? Because those last sort of 15 laps, Prescott was a tenth quicker in some stages, 2/10 quicker a lap than you and Dylan Wilson.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I think we all had a little bit of spoiler damage and everything from that contact with Fox, and Fox had a great night already. Obviously, winning the spring fling tonight. So he's a great driver, obviously, and he doesn't mess up too much. But that kind of killed a couple of our cars, and Shad was out in front when that happened. So I think that was probably that 10th or 2 we were lacking there at the end. But not taking anything away from him, he drives a great race always.
Well, it's as I said earlier on, it's another second spot, but consistency is the key into winning these championships. We've got 2 weeks left. We head back to Limaland next week and then Knoxville the following week. What are your thoughts going forward in the final 2 weeks? And are you finally going to break through for a win?
I sure hope so, man. I like both of those tracks a lot. Obviously, that Limaland track, we ran that, 50, 60 laps, green flag all the way, and Evan kind of snuck by me there in lap traffic. And it was one of the best races, probably the best race I've ever felt like I've been a part of on iRacing. It was just me, him, and Shad going at it up front. Great race all around. So looking forward to that. Maybe I can pick up a win at Limaland. Or where'd you say Knoxville's the last race?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so hopefully, Knoxville's a good track for me too. Ran pretty good in the spring fling tonight. So hopefully maybe we can slip up and win one. If not, we'll hold on for the, hopefully just run consistent like we've been doing and win these points.
You said you had the Dirty Grass Souls number 22 machine working tonight, but of course, before we get out of here, sponsor shout out who makes it happen for you on that 22 machine.
Yeah, Dirty Grass Soul, obviously. Check us out on all the social media platforms and music platforms, YouTube, all that. Slide Job Ranch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Team VLR, FTP, Full Throttle for Performance. Evan and Daniel had me rolling tonight. It was a great car, and that's about it, man. Thank you guys for doing a great job on the broadcast.
Well, we try anyway. Well done, Kevin, on second place here tonight.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, Brett. Have a good one, man.
Right, there we go. Kevin Dedman home in second place. David, final thoughts from yourself from the dirt track at Charlotte.
Yeah, these late models are, I don't know, at least for me, they're driven pretty hot. Since I'm kind of just rolling back into them pretty high on them. I'm going to be looking for some races from leagues for sure to get to, because it's just, it's definitely a little bit different of a driving style than, sprint cars or anything open wheel that I'm used to. But at least for Knoxville, and I'm sure here at Charlotte, it sure looked like it. Just multiple different lines you can run. I'm looking forward to what they can do a little bit in the future here.
All right, well, look, thank you for joining us up in here in the Ultimate Dirt TV broadcast booth. We certainly enjoyed having you up here for the feature event, so we say thank you. And, of course, we want to say thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, Black Diamond Motorsports, and of course the guys at ESR Red Eyed League and their sponsors 3D Racing, Ken Skin and Capron Screen Printing. Make sure you check them out on all the social media platforms. On behalf of David Harleman, myself, Brett Wheeler, and the entire team and the management behind the scenes here at Ultimate Dirt TV, we say farewell and good night. We will see you next time.